Hey everyone, the Geek Master here with the previously promised part 3 of my Nintendo GameCube collection. So, I said that in this video I will be focusing on specific franchises, ones that I didn't show in the first video as well, because at the time I had specific areas in my collection for these franchises. So, since then I've merged my collection more together. So, for example, one franchise is Zelda. I had the Zelda section, which had all the games, so GameCube, Wii U. But I've now broken it up, so the Wii U games are with the Wii U, GameCube with the GameCube. As such, because part 1 was recorded at that time, they were not featured. So this is where I'm going to feature the following. In this order, because it's alphabetical, to be honest. James Bond, Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Star Wars. And I will be showing American and Japanese GameCube games as well. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope there's something here which either you didn't know about, or you think I should give it a go, because some of these, to be honest, I haven't. A lot of them I have, but not all of them. Or there may be a game belonging to the franchise I haven't even got, or maybe not even heard of, although I think I have got pretty much all of them. But if I am missing it, I'd love to know. So sit back, have a nice snack and drink while you watch this, and I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get into part 3 of my Nintendo GameCube collection. Starting with James Bond from Russia with Love, 007. Based on, as you can guess, the film From Russia with Love, featuring Sean Connery, which was a terrible Scottish accent. There's the back. I think they were planning to make a different game, couldn't get the rights or something, so they did this instead. And it does say starring Sean Connery, so it appears that he must have voiced it. I don't know, because this one I haven't played, but I do intend to. But I've heard good things about it. So yeah, but From Russia with Love. Second one is another one I haven't played. Actually, most of these Bond games I haven't played. I'm quite disappointed in myself, if I'm totally honest. GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Clearly just playing on the GoldenEye name, because the association with the Nintendo 64 game. Heard mixed things about this game. Heard it's good from places, heard it's not good in places. I don't know. Yeah. It is notably, though, a 2-disc game, which I forgot about until about 30 seconds ago. Interestingly, though, it does say you get to fight alongside and against legendary villains, such as Goldfinger, Oddjob, Pussy Galore, Dr. No. So there's a clear, like, catalogue of James Bond history available there, which is a cool touch. But is it going to be as good as the other ones? Only one way to find out. I'll have to give it a go. Third one, I played this once or twice, but not for a while. But I need again give it a go. Agent Under Fire, featuring Blank Dog Bond, which looks very suspicious up his Brosnan to me, but I could be wrong. Then emphasises the Bond girls there. Twins at this, and they're stunning. Don't know if it's going to show that. Yeah, Agent Under Fire. I've heard good things about this one, so I really need just to have a session on my GameCube playing these Bond games, give them a try out. But to be honest, I'll probably enjoy them because they're Bond anyway. This one is Everything or Nothing, which I believe was the last one out, and I believe she's from first person to third person. I have played this as a game. I enjoyed it. Doing the third person, not so much, which is a shame. Small fact, my brother actually won a copy of this from the official Nintendo magazine at the time. So that's more than I've ever done, but that's still cool. It's also Game Boy compatible, so that's a nice touch. Yeah. It also does have Pierce Brosnan and William Dafoe, apparently, and Heidi Klum. Oh, it also has Richard Kiel, who, if you are a Bond fan, you may know as Jaws. So that's a nice touch. Yeah, it's a good game from what I played. I'm just not so sure about the third person bit. I never have been, but maybe I'll adapt to it better now. Who knows? And the last one, this is the one I know a lot more about because I've played so much about of it, and it is one of my favourite Bond games, up there with GoldenEye, and I would honestly say Quantum of Solace on the 360. Nightfire. which is definitely Brosnan. This one is first person, and to be honest, it's fun. It's got stealthy levels, it's got driving less levels, it's got typical just first person shooting stuff. Voice is a little bit off of Brosnan, which is a bit weird, but you get used to it. But the missions are fun. You get to stealth around the ninja bathhouse, Japanese bathhouse. What else? You get to drive through the snow in the V8, the Aston Vantage, I think it is. No, the Vanquish, V12 Vanquish, that's it. But yeah, this is a really fun game, this one. The multiplayer is also amazing, especially when you use Ob Job and kill people with hats. Highly recommend this game. I originally bought it from Dixon's for 25 quid. I had to get another copy because mine stopped working. Would happily pay 25 quid for it. It's not, doesn't go for that much, but it's worth it. It's that fun a game. I recommend it. Okay, so that's Bond. Now, on to Zelda. Only 3 games here because I'm missing 1, I think. But I think that would be one of my main targets for 2023. So keep an eye out. Let's start with the classic Zelda GameCube game. Wind Waker. Love the Wind Waker. I don't care about the cartoon style. I love it. I think it makes Link look really... how do I put it? You can feel his emotions. It's better on the Wii U, I think. Still so much fun. This is actually the copy I got on release day back in 2003. May, I think? I have also got this strategy guide, I think, somewhere. And because I got the pre-order one, not only does it have this lovely gold case, it has the bonus disc with Ocarina and Master Quest on it, as you can also see from the manual. Yeah, I think I actually sold this to my brother at one point, but then I bought another copy and swapped him back, just so I had my original. And look at the solid gold disc. Honestly, Wind Waker is an amazing Zelda game. I really love it. And arguably, open world. You can explore pretty much the whole map straight away once you get the boat. You're limited in what you can do, but you can actually access the whole world theoretically. Which is an interesting concept my brother said to me. So what do you think? Wind Waker, open world or not? Yeah, again, Game Boy Advance compatible. I think there's a Tingle mini game, if I remember rightly. So I'm sure I've done it, but it was a good while ago. And Ocarina of Time Master Quest. Getting to play Ocarina of Time again. And Master Quest, which is the harder version. A lot of fun. Love this game. Highly recommend it. And look, 10 out of 10. From Nintendo Official Magazine, which is the one I mentioned for Everything or Nothing out of interest. Love this. After that, we have this one, which, as you can see, is promotional disc. And not for resale. But it obviously went for resale, but I can't remember where I bought it. Might have been CX, actually. And I think it was like 40 quid a couple of years ago. And this one is similar to that bonus disc from Wind Waker. Features Ocarina of Time, but also features Zelda 1, Zelda 2, and Majora's Mask. As you can see on the back. Brilliant screenshot there for Majora, by the way. Yeah. This is a lot of fun, this game. And it's also where I first played Majora. So, holds memory in that regard. But yeah. It costs a bit more, but this is like a lot of Zelda history on the GameCube. It's a lot of fun, honestly. Recommend it. And the last game I have, which I bought about a year ago for 85, maybe 90 quid, which is unusual because I never normally spend that on one game. But I saw it, I got paid a week before, and I kind of been wanting it for a while. It's Twilight Princess, which is quite rare, I think, on the GameCube, to be fair. But massive Zelda fan, had to get it, and it was pretty much mint when I got it. Might not look it here, but literally the day I got it, the bag split, it was raining. However, I checked, it's just the plastic sleeve. The actual insert is fine, so I can just swap it to another case. But I played this on the Wii first. I even played it on Wii U before GameCube. The Wii U version is based on this. So yeah, but honestly, Twilight is a lot darker than Wind Waker, and it's more realistic with the graphic style, but it is a lot of fun. If you put time into it, and I think it's better on here with the controls than the Wii, to be honest. It's so good, highly recommend, even if it is expensive. But yeah, one game I'm missing, I think it's the only Zelda game, well, over here anyway, is it 4 Adventures, I believe. I believe in America there's a Metroid Zelda game, like where you get both. So that's one thing to potentially look for in the future. But over here in the UK, I believe it's just 4 Swords Adventures, or 4 Swords I'm looking for now. So that'll be a target for 2023. Okay, on to Pokemon. 3 more games here. First one, Pokemon Channel. So I think this is my second copy. I think I used to have it, got rid of it, bought another copy. And I've seen it, I think it's going for like 50 quid now in CX, which is ridiculous because I bought this from CEX 2017, and I think it was like 8 quid. So yeah, you can't do much on it, I'll be honest. But it's a Pokemon game, I had to have it. I mean, this whole 4 shelves. In fact, arguably 5 shelves. This whole top half of my bookcase is Pokemon, especially the top 3 shelves. And you can see Ash's hat here. So sad he's leaving the anime. 25 years, it's all gone. Yeah, but you do get Jirachi for Ruby and Sapphire, which is cool. So, yeah, it's different. It is a different game, I will admit. It's not going to be for everyone. But it's a Pokemon game. I had to have it, and I'm glad I got it when I did. Yeah. Okay. This might be the only GameCube game I bought on release, and I've had the whole time. There's a couple of other ones I bought on release. I still have them, but I didn't have them for a while. This might be the only one I've had the whole time, and it's Pokemon Colosseum. The first proper 3D adventure Pokemon game that ever came out in, I think, May 2004, I think. As you can see, it's got like Groudon, Kyogre, the legendary dogs. It's a fun game. I would recommend it. I think 3D Pokemon games are a lot better now. They're much more free-flowing. You are kind of limited in here. And I don't like the fact most of the trainer battles, in fact maybe all of them on here, are double battles. Well, outside of like 3 battle modes. But it's a fun game. And being able to battle with Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon in 3D at the time was really fun. You could do the older games on Stadium 1 and 2 on the 64. But this was the first chance of the Gen 3 Pokemon in 3D. And to be honest, I just really love this. Highly recommend this game if you're a Pokemon fan. And about a year and a half later, it did actually spawn a sequel. And last I knew, that game was going for a stupid amount in CX. I think like £190 worth, which I paid nowhere near. And I'm glad. And it is Pokemon XD. This was mine from launch. I sold it to my brother for a while and bought it back about 2-3 years ago for I think 15 quid or something. But this is my original copy. Same with Wind Waker. That's my copy I bought on launch, sold to my brother, got it back off him. Colosseum is the only one I've kept the whole way. But yeah, I said, last I knew it was like 190 quid. I bought this normal price on release day, and I'm so glad I did, because 90 quid for Twilight is one thing, 200 quid for a Pokemon game. I would probably save up for it and buy it, but I'd still be wary. Is it better than Colosseum? I think I prefer Colosseum. I definitely prefer the multiplayer on there more. But I will say Shadow Lugia is so freaking cool. Yeah, it's good to have wild Pokemon on here, which you don't get on Colosseum. I will give that. And some of the battle music on here is fun. It's still a really, really, really solid game. I just personally think overall I prefer Colosseum. But yeah. So good. Okay, so onto the fourth franchise, which is Sonic the Hedgehog. A few more games here. And again, I think I'm possibly missing one. Firstly, I bought this from Cash Converters. Maybe even early this year, if not late last year. 15 quid, I think. Shadow the Hedgehog. Which is the, I guess, the black sheep of the Sonic GameCube games. Featuring, well, as you can see on the front cover, guns. So, yeah. I mean, I get Shadow is kind of like an edgelord, but yeah. Not so sure about the guns. As a game, it's not too bad, and it does help time with the story of Sonic Adventure 2. But as a Sonic game, it's not that great, but I had to get it because it's Sonic. Simple as that. It looks cool on the front cover, though. Okay, second one. Sonic Adventure DX. A re-release of the first Sonic Adventure, featuring the DLC this time. Yeah, Sonic Adventure. It's a good story. It's a good game. Some of the speaking and that is a bit weird. Like, you see people talking and they stop, but their mouths are still going. I think Tails does it a few times. Camera's a bit iffy, but I do like the fact you get the central hub in Station Square. But yeah, fun game. You do also get to unlock a load of Game Gear games, 12 of them. So there's that, which is pretty cool. If nothing else, I'll say it's worth it for that. But yeah. Of note though, it is Game Gear versions. So that's Sonic 1 and 2, etc., which were also on Master System, but it's got the Game Gear resolution, which is terrible compared to the Master System. So I would recommend playing them on Master System. But if you want to try them with Game Gear versions and you haven't got a Game Gear, that's your way to do it. Of course, we got the first Sonic Adventure, and this one actually is a launch title. And I think, not this particular copy because mine stopped working, but Sonic Adventure 2 was the first ever GameCube game I had, even before I had a GameCube. And to be fair, it was Sonic, I had to have it. And this is one of my favourite Sonic games. Up there with Sonic 2 and Generations. I'm loving Frontiers as well. Is it as good as them? No. Is it really good though? Yeah, in my opinion. Introduces Shadow, as you can see. Also, Big Boo Bat. Yeah. You get the Chow mini games where you get to make fight or race or so, which is fun as well. Yeah, also get connectivity with the Game Boy on this and the first game for the Chow Garden, which I like the little small creatures like there and there and there, where you do the karate and that. But yeah, one of my favourite Sonic games. And the main theme song of this, Live and Learn, is epic. Love that song so much. So yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, because you get the Battle DLC from the Dreamcast. Okay. Next is part 1 of the collections. Sonic Gems collection. Which was a big thing when it came out because of this guy, Metal Sonic. It was the first release of, like, I think Sonic CD on a console since the original Mega CD one. You also got Sonic the Fighters and Sonic R, and it says on the back. I think there's a few other games, yet some Game Gear classics, but only some of them. So you don't get Sonic 1, but you get Sonic 2, for example. But yeah, this was worth it just for Sonic 2, Sonic CD at the time. I don't know how much this goes for now. I know it's a bit, but I think I paid like 20 quid most when I got it. If you want to try Sonic CD, you can obviously get it, I think, on Xbox. I know I've got it on Xbox. I don't know if it's still there or not. If not, this. Although this is multi-platform, I think it's on PS2 as well. Don't think it's on Xbox. It's definitely on PS2 though. Kind of Sonic Adventure 3. Not quite. Sonic Heroes, where you play as teams of 3 going through the levels. In this case, the main team is obviously Sonic, Tails and Knuckles. He's speed, he flies, he powers. Your typical things, and you go through the mission. Story's okay. Gameplay is pretty good. I still prefer Sonic Adventure 2 though. There's a nice shiny logo though. Ooh, shiny. Yeah. 3 other teams in here. Team Dark with Shadow, Rouge, and a version of Gamma from Sonic Adventure 1. Team Chaotix, so Charmy Bee, Esper, and Vector. And Team Rose, which is Cream, Amy, and Big the Cat from Sonic Adventure. Good game. Prefer Sonic Adventure 2. Other collection game, and one of the few versions of these Player's Choice in my collection, Sonic Mega Collection, the first collection game that came out. And this is the classic one. It's got Sonic 1, 2. It's even got Sonic 3 on it. And I think you can get Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 with Knuckles on here. In fact, yeah. Look. Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D, Spinball, Mini Beam Machine. I said you get Sonic 2 and Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And there's other games such as Rise Star, I think, on here. And of course, Mean Beam Machine. Love Mean Beam Machine. Yeah, this was brilliant at the time. You also get like loads of comics and manuals. So good. It was just pure Sonic old school. Heaven in one game, really. Okay, that brings us on to the final franchise, which is Star Wars. Starting with Lego Star Wars 1 and Lego Star Wars 2. This is the prequels, and this was the original trilogy. They're Lego Star Wars. They're good. They're fun. They're more like the old Lego games than Skywalker Saga is. So a lot more of the Lego intricacy. There's humour in the new one. Yeah, it's still a really fun game to play. But more so in here. But yeah, love these games. So good. I only got them, I think, this year. Maybe late last year. In fact, I think I got that one last year. I went to the gaming market. I think I grabbed this one this year. But yeah, Lego Star Wars, can't go wrong. Next up, Star Wars Bounty Hunter, featuring Jango Fett. It's a bit different Star Wars game. It's kind of a shooter. I think it's third person. Yeah, third person. I've played it a couple of times. It's fun. You get the Star Wars feel. It's not that great a game in my opinion, but it's still okay to play for a while. Don't think it's a game you can play for long bursts though. But if you're a Star Wars fan, like me, I'm sure you'd still love it. I think I bought this off eBay. But there is a sticker from somewhere where someone bought it for $3.99. So, yeah. Sort of tying in Star Wars Clone Wars, as shown by the Republic gunship. Yeah, this one's good. Vehicle combat, which is kind of cool. The multiplayer with that's quite cool as well. Tanks shooting each other. I think it's the Hailfire tanks. I'd say Republic gunships. Don't think I really have tried the single player though, so I'd have to give that a go. But as if you weren't sure, it's all about the Clone Wars, like, you know, from the name, Republic gunship, the clone troopers. This goes away. The gun the Clone War has. Jedi Master Yoda. So yeah. And it goes straight from the end of Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Good game this. Worth a check if you're a Star Wars fan. Quite possibly my favourite Star Wars game on the GameCube, and this might surprise a few people. Jedi Outcast. The second Jedi Knight game. Unfortunately, we never got the third one on the GameCube, but did on the Xbox though. And they both come out on Switch now, I know. Possibly other consoles. You play a Jedi. This is set at some point after Return of the Jedi. Well, it was before they brought in like Force Awakens and whatever. You play Kyle Katarn and you work to get Jedi powers back. You get to do stuff like this, like electrocute people. Yeah. The multiplayer on here is so funny. You can like force choke bots. You can grab them and throw them off cliffs. You can push them off cliffs. You can do it on like the Death Star. You can do it on a Star Destroyer. Nar Shaddaa, the home of the Hutts, which is fun because there's loads of floating walkways. Love this game. I wish the multiplayer was on the Switch. I really do. But I love this game so much. Highly recommend checking it out if you're a Star Wars fan. Along with the next game, which would be my two, well, Lego ones are Star Wars, but they're Lego in a way. But if you want proper Star Wars, I'd say either this or the next game, which is the much lauded sequel to Rogue Squadron on 64, Rogue Leader. And if you're not sure, Rogue Squadron 2. This was another launch title and looked amazing on launch, and it still is. And it plays so well, and it feels like Rogue Squadron, where you're doing in the ship, you're doing missions. It's taken missions from the old game and done them up a bit more modern. So like the trench run on the Death Star, the Battle of Hoth, that's shown here. Honestly, this is such a fun game. And it has Dennis Lawson, who played Wedge Antilles. So there's that, which is a nice touch. This game, though, is better than the last Star Wars game and the last UK game in this collection, Rebel Strike, Rogue Squadron 3. Again, Rogue Squadron 3. This one, it's a good game, has some good missions, feels like Rogue Squadron, but there are missions where you get out and run about, which feel awkward and third person, to be honest. Does have a couple of cool features, though. There's an arcade with the old 1980s Star Wars games, where you get to boogie with Darth Vader, and you get multiplayer co-op versions of all the missions from Rogue Leader, i.e. Rogue Squadron 2. So that's a cool touch. So this is still a very good game, just not sure about the single player story. The other bits, though, really fun. Got to love it. Okay, and they are the Zelda, Pokemon, Sonic, James Bond, and Star Wars games in my English, well, European GameCube collection. I have a handful of foreign ones, which I will show first. Starting with 3 copies of FIFA. I know that's half the people who are watching gone, at least half. But yeah, this is not British. This one I found in CX, and then found it afterwards. It shouldn't have sold it to me, but whatever. It's just FIFA 06, doesn't look special till you see this LFP, which actually does say Ligue de Football Professionnel, Licence Officielle, and then Le Football Total. And Carte Mémoire for memory card. It's French. It's a French copy of FIFA 06. I bought it for like £2 in CX. I find it funny they still have Rooney on it rather than a French player. But yeah. I know I'm showing the menus, but you can see even on this one. License Official and Mode d'Emploi. So yeah. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the French, the disc is definitely French because it says Dolby Pro Logic et le logo double D sont de marque. So it's in French. So yeah, it's random French FIFA 06. 2 more FIFAs. These ones are a bit cooler, especially this next one, which is FIFA Football 2002, which we never got. Only America did, I believe. And as you can see, it features Thierry Henry in a France shirt. Of course, this is being filmed hours after France lost the World Cup final. Yeah. So, we never got this game for the GameCube in Europe. America did. I don't even think anywhere else. I think it's an American exclusive. This cost me 15 quid or something off eBay. I remember the seller questioning it, saying, you do know it won't play on a European game. And I said, yes, that's why I want it, because I'm going for a full FIFA set, and I thought it'd be a cool thing to have. Yeah. I like it. Does have a United screenshot there, so that's cool. When we were good. It's an American case, which you may see is a bit different with this bit all here. And yeah, that's because, as far as I'm aware, they could put something in here which would stop you opening the case unless it's taken out as a security feature. You can see even just from this it opens a bit differently. So you may see GameCube games with holes down here, which ties into it, which also ties into the last American one, 2003, with, I think that's Landon Donovan on the front. And 2003 over here might have been the Ryan Giggs one and that. And if you can see the hole there. That ties into what I said, where they would put something through into there, and basically it would prevent the case being opened. It was a security measure they had in America. So yeah, which is a bit weird. Also, the fact it's called FIFA Soccer, not FIFA Football. So there's that as well. When of course we all know it's not soccer, it's football. And of course the American rating thing down there. Yeah. So I bought this because it's American, and you now learn about random cases with holes in them. Also, the other thing about American GameCube games, they're upside down. I'm sorry. But, if I just compare it to the other, like, it's down there on this one, and it's there on this one. That just doesn't look right to me. You could argue because I'm used to it, but given Nintendo after that put the logo at the top of the spine, I get the feeling it's not just me. But yeah, they're my 2 American and 1 French FIFA games. And there's just about 10 Japanese ones I'm going to run through quickly. So some of them are, there's at least 1 or 2 Japanese exclusives here. Here's the first one in this awesome little case. Might not seem much. However, it's a Japanese Game Boy Player disc. And we'll play it on my Spice Orange GameCube and Game Boy Player. And thankfully, although I have to use it on the Japanese GameCube, it will play any language Game Boy games. And I think it's Game Boy Color and Advance. Game Boy Color and Advance. So basically any Game Boy game. So that's cool on my TV. Also, Japanese ones have these weird cases, which are, as you can see, a lot smaller. And they come with cardboard sleeves, but you don't always find the games with them. However, you'll see what I mean soon. So, this one without sleeve is Mario Party 5. Spoiler, might be in a video soon in English. And on the inside, the manual is held in like this, and the memory card goes here, and the disc goes here. So Mario Party 5. Okay. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, which was another bongo game, similar to Jungle Donkey Konga, but I think it's more a platform one. You control it by doing the bongos. And as I said, you get the sleeve, comes off, it comes out like this. So, yeah. And some of these are much cheaper. I've seen Mario Party 6, which I know has the microphone. It doesn't have the microphone, but it's 10 quid. I think even without the microphone, you're looking quite a bit more than that over here. Talking of Donkey Konga. Donkey Konga. Classic GameCube game, Luigi's Mansion. I think this was only like 6 or 7 quid. I think it's like 25-30 quid for the European one. Cool disc. Mario Party 4. So, yep. Mario Tennis GC, as it's called on here. So, yep. I don't actually have this in English. I need to get it probably at some point. What's interesting is I've just noticed this bit here where it lists the characters and it actually has names in English. So it says you get Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Wario, Waluigi, Yoshi, Noko Noko. If anyone knows who Noko Noko is, tell me. Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Teresa, Hey Ho, Koopa, Koopa Jr. and more. Well, it has Boo. It has Koopa Troopa and Shy Guy, so I assume like they might be like Hey Ho and Noko Noko, but there you go. I'm not sure if these two came out in English. I know some of the franchise did, so it's possible they did, but it's Naruto 1 and 2. I'm not sure what particular Naruto games there are, because I know there's a few of them. But yeah, I bought these for like, I think I paid 10 quid for these and Donkey Konga or Jungle Beat, one or the other. You're ninjas and you do ninja fighting, basically. Yeah, these weren't very much at all. Yeah. Japanese exclusive here, which is Custom Robo, I believe. I think it's Custom Robo. Maybe Super Custom Robo, I think, actually. Oh yeah, hang on. Super Robot. Oh no, Super Robot Wars. That's it, Super Robot Wars. Whether that's Custom Robo, I don't know. But yeah, Super Robot Wars, that's it, I remember now. Bought this because it was like a $5 and Japanese exclusive. last two games, one game you might recognise, one you might not. And actually, I've just realised I've missed the UK one as well. So that was kind of dumb. So for a split second, you can have a view of my beautiful bookcase and the chair. Oh no, it's up here. This is what I want. I'll keep this to the end. So, first game is Pokemon Colosseum. As a massive Pokemon fan, had to get it. And it appears to have awesome picture of Espeon and Umbreon. I think I have played this actually. It's still shiny. Look, ooh, shiny. Yeah, had to get it. Okay. One more UK game I forgot about. Pokemon Box, the storage game. But I don't have a official case. I bought this disc off eBay like 20 odd years ago. Or, well, actually, it would be 20, but it'd be a good few years ago. Which brings us to the last game. Again, Pokemon Box in Japanese. Again, very, very shiny. Kept this one to last on purpose because of one particular thing, which is you can see the starters, but it has the memory card, which is awesome, and that's why I bought it. I think it cost me like 40 quid, but it's a Japanese GameCube memory card, and it's red and blue see-through, right? Red, like the Sapphire and Ruby cartridges for the Game Boy Advance, which is so cool. And as a party Pokemon fan, and because that's a cool touch, I had to have that and pay 40 quid for it. So, yeah. But that is the remainder, well, I say remainder, that's not strictly true, of my GameCube collection. There's two more, which I was tempted to show and would have fit in part 1, but I only picked up about 2-3 weeks ago. So I'm going to do them in a separate video coming soon, because technically they're going to be my Christmas present for my mum. So yeah, hold on to them, but they're two bigger games, in my opinion. Not big, but bigger on the console. But yeah, that's my GameCube collection. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. What are your thoughts on the GameCube? Do you love the console? Underrated? Do you think it's overrated? Terrible? Any games that I should keep an eye on that I haven't got? Please let me know. But I hope you've enjoyed this video and the entire series, to be fair. It's like an hour and a half, I know, in length and all. And if you've taken that time, I do really appreciate you spending that much time on me and my videos. It means a lot. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later. May the geek be with you always.